heard of Attack on Titans?
Oh, of course, man.
One of my coworkers introduced me to the series, and
But this isn't Attack on Titan cast. This is
I know
the Jocular Spectalkular,
but
where we jocularly talk spectacularly about different things like Attack on Titan or Star Wars. I'm your host, John T. Borkulator, with who is my guest here today?
Zelmo Swift.
Yeah, Zelmo Swift. Now you're a real starhead, right? That's what the Star Wars fans call themselves.
I've never called myself a starhead.
A star me? A star you?
Well,
What do Star Wars... I mean, there are Trekkies for Space Trek, that seminal show by John T. Roddenberry. And by the way, we're here playing the 2005 squad shooter Star Wars Republic Commando, in which you play a squad of clone troopers.
a whole squad at once?
Well, you give squad commands with different keys and whatnot. Usually it just amounts to pointing at a thing and hitting E, and the corresponding squad guy will do something to it. Like, there'll be a hacker who'll open a door, a guy who'll plant bombs. I mean, it's,
Okay.
mechanically it's the same as just you being alone and hitting the E key and interacting with it. But I guess there's other situations where you could tell your tell your squad to form up around you and whatnot.
Well, are they attacking the enemies that you are?
Oh yeah, you could just put your the crosshairs on an enemy and hit E, and they'll focus on killing that enemy. While you could go and hide behind cover or something.
I see. But they're not going to automatically attack your target?
I mean, they will. I mean, it's not just gonna stand around and do nothing.
Well, that's what I was hoping to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think Star Wars fans have an official name, Like, there's no, Juggalo or...
They're called dorks. Am I right? Am I right?
Star Dorks.
Now, what's your history with Star Wars? What was the first movie you saw, and when did you see it?
Well, it all began with a VHS tape that had all three all three movies that count.
All three? You mean the sequel trilogy?
Well, some might refer to it as the original trilogy.
That's false. Origin, the word origin means pertaining to the origin or start of something, so frankly, the way I see it, the original trilogy is The Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith.
Alright, well, I'll go along with your terms. And I had the sequel trilogy on VHS tape as a young kid back in, it must have been 1988, I think, when I started. Anyway, I think my dad recorded them off HBO or something, and, it's VHS tapes have a variable amount of time. If you lower the quality and you have the drum spin slower, you can fit more on. So, 6 hours. So yeah, I just had a tape with all three movies and would watch it a lot and kind of memorized it.
That's a bomb-bad VHS you got there.
Bomb-bad?
That's something the Gungans say.
What does Jar Jar Binks say?
Which thing? Which somewhat racist thing?
Misa!
So also you alive dead. You are saving my life.
He has flesh dreadlocks.
Yeah, he does.
Actually, I think there are a handful of Star Wars characters that have flesh dreadlocks or something similar.
Yeah, they have the race that's always the sexy dancer. Has those weird things, like the one Jabba throws down the pit.
Right, and the Rancor eats her. Bib Fortuna being, I guess, the host or maitre d' at Jabba's palace.
Yeah.
Eat your thought. I think that means follow me.
So do you have a deep love for Star Wars? Does it run deep in your things that you like, I guess?
It's in my blood. It's in my balls.
So my research tells me, my research assistant has told me that you've never seen Episode 2, Attack of the Clones.
It's true. It came out in a period of time when I was completely tuned out of pop culture, so it escaped me. Although I have seen bits of it, like at Costco or something, playing on one of the TVs.
Look how awesome this is, man! I'm a clone trooper running through trenches. How could you not want to see Attack of the Clones?
That's what this game is based on?
Yeah, well, it's during the Clone Wars, which takes place after. The Clone Wars takes place in between
2 and 3?
2 and 3, yeah. 3 starts off with the end of the Clone Wars, with the Emperor saying, "Execute Order 66," which is the order in which the Clone Troopers kill all the Jedi.
But we don't get to see any of that?
Oh, we see it.
Okay.
Yeah, just a bunch of Jedis getting shot in the back by Clone Troopers. It's a real bummer.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like it makes for good cinema.
But, you know what? Darth Vader, at the time, Anakin Skywalker, he did bring balance to the Force. Just think about it. There's only 2 Sith and then a bunch of Jedi. And then by the end of all that, there's 2 Sith, Darth Vader and Emperor Palpatine. And then Yoda and Obi-Wan. 2 and 2. Brought balance to the Force, baby.
I like that, yeah.
The Jedi are arrogant. That's how the Sith could stay with their plot, stay under the radar, because the Jedi thought like, no, we took out the Sith millennia ago. There can't be any more Sith. And then fucking Palpatine took advantage of that.
Well, yeah, you can't just assume that the good guys will always win, because all it takes for evil to triumph is for good men to do nothing. I don't remember who said that. It's one of
Qui-Gon? Was it Qui-Gon?
It's not a Star Wars quote. Sorry. Well, maybe I can think of a Star Wars
Was it Mon Mothma? It shocks me sometimes that all those characters have names.
Yeah, the ones that were only on screen for several seconds. They really created a world. Industrial Light and Magic? Or is that the separate branch just for special effects?
That's a special effects branch.
Well, he got together a good team, creative people. I think in one of the most creative eras of American filmmaking, when there was a lot of artistry of different kinds coming together to make these films. With the character design and the puppetry and the matte paintings for the backgrounds, just so many different schools of art coming together for this grand production, and now it's basically all just done at a computer.
Yeah, rewatching Jedi, the special effects in that movie still look good. All those ships, which is why I'm excited for Force Awakens, because they're bringing back the physicality of everything, with just the on-location shooting, the actual, models.
Thank the maker.
No. You mean Anakin, because he made C-3PO.
He did?
Oh yeah.
Was that revealed in episode 1?
Yeah.
Sorry, I haven't seen it since it premiered.
A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away.
Anytime, boss. Go ahead and punch it.
So where do we...
Advisor, we've got some heavy artillery over here.
If you hear me drinking, this episode is brought to you by Bundaberg Ginger Beer. Sponsor us, please. I need money.
Bundabergs, brewed to be better. Or I should have left off that. Bundaberg, brewed to be better. There's a kangaroo on the bottle.
It occurs to me, as we're clone troopers right here, since Jackass, who, you know, George Lucas, I'll just refer to him Jackass from now on, since Jackass decides to give the Force a scientific explanation in midichlorians just being in a person, can't they just clone Jedis or genetically engineer people to have the Force, since it has a scientific basis?
But I think you would still need training to be able to utilize the Force, because...
Yeah, and they have these guys are raised in Commando, and they're trained to be soldiers. Why can't you train them to be Jedi?
That's a good point. This is making me think of, like, the terrorist training camps in the Middle East.
Fun times? I'm more into the CIA training camps in the Middle East.
Oh.
But this isn't Politicast. This is Jocular Spectalkular Star Wars cast.
Let's not derail.
No.
Keep it on Star Wars. Okay.
Who would you rather have, a bantha, a tauntaun, or a dewback for a pet?
Tauntaun, easily.
It's gonna stink up your house, especially if you have to crawl inside of them.
Yeah, I guess they smell worse on the inside. But well, they're cute, and I like the noises they make. It's kind of like a cross between a kangaroo and an alpaca, or something like that, with some goat mixed in.
What do they sound like? Like that?
You don't remember what a tauntaun?
I'm trying to remember.
That's pretty accurate, actually. Go get your copy of The Empire Strikes Back out and compare, please.
How many times have you seen Empire?
Well, I'm sure I've seen that more than any of the others.
Give me a slice on that door, Delta.
And if I would have to guess how many, I would probably say in the 30s.
That's insane!
Well, alright.
I don't think I've seen any movie more than 30 times. And I've tried to go for a year of watching Magnolia at least once a week. I've probably seen Magnolia around 20 times. That's a 3-hour movie.
Wow.
But that's, you know, that's not Star Wars.
And the only other movie I could think of that I've seen maybe as much is Blade Runner, because I had a similar phase where I would come home from school and put my second generation VHS copy of Blade Runner and just vibe with it. But maybe, I don't know, maybe in the 30s is kind of like a high guess. But I'm talking my whole life here, so.
I mean, we're not going to give away our ages, but we're talking about VHSs here, so that should give you some idea.
Right. That's a clue. Yeah, like when the sequel series was when that was on HBO. If you can guess when that might be.
Because I first watched Star Wars when they re-released the trilogy in a VHS box set, and it had the George Lucas interviews before each movie.
Mm-hmm.
Which, what a magical time.
It was special.
Star Wars meant so much to me as a kid, and then, you know, clones and droids happened.
But the thing is, the VHS trilogy box that came out in the 90s was touched up, but he didn't mess with it. It was just certain visual sequences that had artifacts or didn't look quite right. They just cleaned it up. They didn't make Jabba the Hutt slither around and talk to Han Solo by the Millennium Falcon and stuff like that.
Or put in unnecessary dewbacks, throw in superfluous shots of Boba Fett just standing there doing nothing.
Yeah, countless dewbacks.
I just want to get off on Boba Fett. Why the hell do people think he's a badass? The guy gets killed with a Three Stooges bit. Boba Fett, where? Turn around. Whoa!
Yeah, even the sound effects were wacky in that. But he is kind of a badass. It's just Han Solo brought the comedy to his demise, or his apparent demise. But
well, the expanded universe doesn't count anymore, so
Boba
Fett may
Fett's
still be dead.
He's dead again.
Yeah.
He didn't
blow himself out with a grenade and survive because of his Mandalorian battle armor.
Was that a plasma grenade or ion grenade?
I think it was a thermal detonator.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But he didn't use his jetpack to get out?
He may have after he blew a hole in the thing's face.
Okay. Or its mouth. Wait, maybe it does have a face, it's just buried under the sand.
Yeah. It might have eyes, they're just, blind because they're covered in sand constantly.
Well, if you ever played Super Star Wars for Super Nintendo, the Sarlacc pit comes out of the sand.
Acquainted with the locals, eh, Sif?
It's almost like Tremors, if you ever saw that movie.
Of course I did. Of course. Every child of a certain age should watch Tremors. And Tremors 2 with the little chicken guys.
I don't remember.
They have the... Never mind, that's not Star Wars.
Okay.
And also it didn't have Kevin Bacon, so... Who cares?
Right.
But neither did Star Wars.
If Kevin Bacon were in the Star Wars universe, what type of character do you think he would play?
Han Solo?
Yeah?
Yeah, he'd
A
be
scoundrel?
Han
Super
But I'm saying Han Solo's already Harrison Ford. Kevin Bacon has to be his own unique character.
Han Solo's cooler older brother.
Cooler older brother?
Yeah.
I would say less cool younger brother.
No way, man. How many times was Harrison Ford in Footloose? 0. Hollow Man? Harrison Ford wasn't in that either.
What?
Let's think of more Kevin Bacon stuff.
Once Bitten.
Okay. Okay, this is Bacon Cast. Star Wars. Focus on clones and healing up. Something I like about this game is there's no regenerating health.
There's no med packs or anything?
No, you have to go to health stations. It's nice.
Oh, kind of like Half-Life.
Yeah,
Only Half-Life does have med packs.
it does.
But similar concept.
Half-Life was a well-paced game. Well-designed game, because you don't need regenerating health, because if a game's designed well, it's going to provide for you. The enemies are going to drop health packs at a steady rate, where every battle you're fighting for your life, because you need to keep killing enemies in order to keep getting health back. But that's not Star Wars.
No, but I definitely agree with what you're saying. I used to be a super perfectionist with FPSs that had quick save. I would try to flawlessly beat every scenario and then just keep reloading that same spot. That's no way to play a game, I've learned.
But it is fun to just not doing that much save scrubbing, but just try to get the perfect run. Like start at a combat scenario, like try it out, and then try to beat yourself. Try to get through that same combat scenario with, while being more conservative with ammo, and also end up with not getting hit. You know,
Yeah.
full health. It's fun trying to just have that perfect run.
I agree, especially in the Half-Life games. But that's not Star Wars.
No.
But I have played a Star Wars FPS, Dark Forces 2.
Yeah.
It's old. It's got terrible graphics.
I never played those games because I didn't have a PC that could run them in the early to mid 90s. But I recently downloaded TIE Fighter because I've always wanted to be a TIE Interceptor pilot. Get that rebel scum. But I don't have a joystick. I need to check out and see if there's a mod I could get so I could use a controller and fly with sticks.
That would be cool to use like a PS3 or PS4 controller.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
We will. Not ourselves. We have no computer skills for modding and whatnot, but some other star nerd's gonna figure it out.
Right, just like all the other solutions, someone else will figure it out and then we'll just utilize
Ooh,
it.
sniper attachment. Anyways, you were saying?
Breach that door.
Nothing, I was just talking about the helplessness in the internet age.
Yeah.
Very accurate. Very deadly.
I like that to zoom in.
Yeah, I love sniper rifles and shotguns. Long range, short range. I hate mid range fighting.
See, I'm a CSGO player and I'm all about scoped assault rifles.
A professional CSGO player?
No, strictly for pleasure, but
Multiple targets on the bridge.
I'm pretty dang good with a PS3 controller, believe it or not. I know
It's heresy.
most people are all about the mouse and
Oh,
keyboard.
some jackass is hitting me. And I assumed my squatties would get that guy while he was meleeing me as I was sniping, but I guess that's it for this life. And
You were supposed to hit E. That's to get them to attack him, right?
I get, but I was human error, clone error. See you next time on the Jocular Spectalkular, because this is a nice act break.